The monkey. You know what? This movie reminded me of a Simpsons episode. The whole entire time, man, I could totally see Bart and Lisa doing the exact same shit these two twin brothers were doing to each other. I can totally see this being like a Simpsons Treehouse episode from back in the 90s because I had that kind of vibe and I had that kind of feeling the whole entire time I was watching this movie. I thought this movie was funny as hell. I Yeah, man. The only down part is that I went to go see this with my lady, and every time I started laughing when it wasn't deemed appropriate, she kept nudging me. It's like, no, 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 don't laugh. Yeah, I know that's funny, but you can't be the only one laughing. I mean, a bowling ball just fucking went through someone's head. Like, come on, dude, that is funny. Come on. A babysitter's head falls onto the sushi grill. Like, that is funny. So basically, two twin brothers go through their dad's things and they find this monkey in this box and they start playing with it. Bad things start happening to the people around them. Then one of them tests the theory and see, hey, did you really do what I think you did? And then the monkey causes a death within the family that really shakes the boys to their core. They end up going to live with their aunt. The monkey follows them. One more death happens. They dispose of the monkey. 25 years later, the monkey reappears and starts causing more havoc and more mischief around the boys. And they have to figure out whether or not what they're going to do, if they're going to have ownership over the monkey, if they want to dispose of it. What do they do in this situation? I'm not going to get into the who's, the what's, the whys, or the how, because that's actually the fun part of the story, is where you start really kind of digging into the motives behind what's going on, and you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. I've always been a big Theo James fan. When he was in that CBS show Golden Boy, I thought that was a phenomenal show, and I wish they would have kept that show going because I thought there was so much potential for that show. But Theo James was someone that I've always thought had the talent, had the look, and I'm really happy to see, as a fan, he's getting this second resurgence with The Gentleman and now The Monkeys being like the second highest grossing movie in America. So good for Theo James, man. I hope he's on this trajectory where he's just gonna go to higher planes now. And and Oscar Perkins, man, he's such a good director, and I feel like he was the right person to bring this along because his humor, his touch behind this movie actually makes this movie better. I honestly feel like if this was like James Wan or Dave Sandberg, they would have made this way too serious. But Oscar Perkins made the decision, nah, man, let's make this kind of like a dark comedy. And he stuck to his guns, and I'm glad that he did because this fucking movie would have been so much depressing, way more depressing if anyone else didn't have a sense of humor like Osgood Perkins did or has. But yeah, man, this is a really good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I had fun with it. I laughed, I cried, and it makes you think.